Lansdowne Park. You know, last summer I was the marketing and communications manager for Ottawa's SuperX, so after spending about 14 hours a day here some days, I know this property like the back of my hand. But I don't know much about what it's going to look like in the future. Luckily for me, the two architects who helped design it willing to give me a tour.
On each side there will be retail shops that will give it scale, but you'll empty out into a small courtyard, a post-game kind of courtyard, which will be surrounded by two-story pavilion buildings, most likely restaurants, which will give it light, outdoor spaces, so that you'll want to be in the outdoor space. Currently, the horticulture building and the Aberdeen have this juxtaposition with each other.
Right.
There's nothing special about that particular location. It was leftover land, so they built it there. But there is this relationship between the two, and it's important. So our decision, not our decision, but collectively with the City of Ottawa and the heritage experts, was to move that in a totally symmetrical fashion to the other end of the Aberdeen. Sure. One of the uses that has been proposed for the horticulture building is to become the farmers market. So the farmers market would be on the edge of the park and would allow both the internal use, but in crushed situations to actually bleed out and to create a lawn where you could take a special event, which, you know, was much bigger than the regular farmers market.
There's a song that I love by a band called Guided by Voices, and every time I come down to Lansdowne Park, the chorus gets stuck in my head. The closer you are, the quicker it hits you. And the reason why that is you come down here and the closer you look, the worse things get. Chipped paint, cracked concrete, garbage on the ground, weeds growing up through the sidewalk. The architects promise with the new design, the closer you get, the more you're going to fall in love with this place.
And everything about this over my entire lifetime has been commercial interests running this park in a closed fashion. It had to be gated because of SuperX to control patrons, had to be gated because of football. Our whole plan is basically to return that to the public realm, so you could walk in off the street, you could come in off the canal and enjoy this in a kind of like you would going to the market.
At Lansdowne Park, Doug Hempstead for the Ottawa Sun.